Today, when our teachers and presentation of the child development. Today, model 3 practices of STEAM early childhood education lectures to nurturing minds for sustainable future. Slide please. Our academic lecture facilitating educator, facilitator teaching first, video editor, and having his experience in kindergarten. Next, please. Our presenters are Leela Guda, Fatima Shazna Rahul, and Shad Siddiq, and Hana. In 2019, the United Nations has identified 17 Sustainable Development Goals. It is designed to achieve a sustainable future in 2030. So let's see these 20 sustainable goals. Number is no zero hunger, good health, being. Number 4, education. Number 5, gender equality. Number 6, clean water and sanitation. Number 7, affordable, clean energy. Number 8, decent work and economic growth. Number 9, industry, innovation and infrastructure. Next slide, please. Number 10, reduce inequalities. Number 7, cities and communities. Number 12, responsible consumption and production. Number 13, climate action. Number 14, life below water. Number 15, life on land. Number 16, peace, justice, strong institutions. And 17, partnership for the goals. Next slide, please. Integrating sustainable development goals to themes and concepts. Here what we do is, in this lecture, we take only 10 sustainable goals and we see how they can integrate in a classroom curriculum. Over to you, Shana.
Thank you, Dilshad. Yes, so now, as Dilshad said, we are going to see how these sustainable development goals integrate into classroom setting. So we are going to take a small topic here. The topic is the theme has fruits and vegetables. So first, sustainable development goal is about no poverty. So what do you think? Can we give the specific word no poverty for a child who is in kindergarten? It's not applicable. So what we can do is we can just teach them like helping hands, then sharing and caring. So in this in this theme we can take like how we can grow fruits and vegetables the way, and then you can tell the children how to harvest the vegetables and how they can have fruits and vegetables, how they can grow in their gardens, and how we can even recycle the fruits and the vegetables. So we can do these kind of activities in the first sustainable goal. Second is about zero hunger. So we can say growing together our food and farmers. So you can tell the children about how farmers put their effort in growing crops, and then you can tell them what kind of nutritious foods are there, and then you can tell them the difference between the fruits and the vegetables, and you can tell them like you should like promote healthy lifestyle. Again, you can zero hunger, you shouldn't waste food. Even sometimes in a classroom, maybe some of the one child didn't bring food, so you can tell the children you can share your food. So with that some kind of activities, you can teach them the zero hunger sustainable goal. Next one, good health. The third sustainable goal, good health and well-being. So healthy me, healthy world. So this is like you can tell the children about importance of the nutritious food. And here, as Padma ma'am said, eating seasonable fruits and vegetables. So we have like fruits which comes in seasonal offense, we can say here, like we have umbrella, veraloo. Likewise, then seasonal foods are there, watermelon. So we can tell the children to try to see the taste of the seasonal foods. Like here we have mangoes and rambutan, because these are seasonal foods. So you can tell the children like how these fruits are like grown, and you can tell them to taste. And fruits grow in particular region. There are some fruits where it grows in a particular region, so you can teach that as well. So I'll add more into this. You can tell them again, you can teach them about them how strong and healthy by eating fruits and vegetable, how strong and healthy you're going to be. And even you can do more activities based on fruits and about good health and well-being. Next is quality education, bright minds and bright future. So in this activity, what you can do is you can make the children the awareness of the fruits and vegetables. So you can make the children to like read stories based on fruits and vegetables. You can tell them to like sort the fruits and vegetables into two categories, like what kind of different fruits are there, what kind of leafy foods are there. So leafy vegetables are there, like certis foods are there. So likewise you can teach the children the difference between the fruits and the vegetables. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, teacher. Next slide, please. Yes. This is the sustainable goal number 5, gender equality. Actually, gender equality is a broad concept that we can't directly talk with the children, but in the 5th SDG goal, equal is for all. So let's see how gender equality to our topic, fruits and veggies. In here, we took the theme, fruits and vegetables. Each fruit or vegetable has its own uniqueness. For an example, mango and banana, even though they have the same yellow color, they have their own taste. Shapes are also different. So we have to celebrate the differences and identify their own speciality of each one. Like banana has a special taste. The ripe fruits are yellow color. Am I audible, teacher? Hello?
Yes, Tulani, we can hear you.
Hello?
Yes, dear, you can continue.
Hello, am I audible, teacher?
Yes, Gulani,
Hello?
Yes,
you're
yes,
audible. We
dear.
can hear you now.
Okay. Okay, thank you, teacher. Now, clean water and sanitation drill. The next slide, please. Next slide, please. Right. This is SDG number 6, the sixth one, clean water and sanitation. One is like same as we cleaning ourselves, plants need clean water to grow. Next slide, please. Yeah, the SDG number 7, affordable and clean energy. It's like when like plants are growing in a shady place and in an open area, we can ask G will help us to live. How it like will help farmers to make the plants live, the shaded area or the sunny area. Same as important of the solar power is talking. Next slide, please. SDG 8, decent work and economic growth. Okay, we can take field trips. We can take field trips to show the places using new farming techniques, right? And food preservative processes to reduce the food wastages. For an example, some seasons, as Shazna teacher told, some seasons we have excess amount of crops. We can dry or like using new techniques to preserve those excess. Some of the seasons we have rambutan, some of the seasons we have watermelon and mangoes. So we can get together in different types of vegetables and fruits to make the children aware. Like they need to understand how to use the excess amount of crops, use appropriately, reducing wastages, and like how we can contribute to the economy with that excess amount by preserving. With these like pictures, you can talk about community helpers as well, helpers with like suitable work contributing to the economic growth. Not only are the farmers, the vendors also helping us to get fruits and vegetables to the market. So we can make children understand each and every community helper's role. It is very important to the society. And also the other hand, we can talk about fruits and vegetables itself. For fruits and vegetables itself, an example, each fruit and vegetable has its own vitamins or nutrients to us. So we can talk about the food itself. So they have special part. So each and every fruit and vegetable is important, more important individually. And also then the children can understand this topic related to the fruits and vegetables itself. Thank you.
Number 9, industry, innovation, and infrastructure. So we are talking about innovative ideas, creating a world of opportunity. We are looking at is unique. And there are also gardens can grow in different spaces, rooftop gardens. Now there are vertical gardens as well. Then there are innovations in how to produced as well. So we can see now there are, I think in Japan, they have the square, like with them and easier to carry them and stack them. So there is innovation and it can inspire children also to think about new ideas when they're working with day-to-day items. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. So Sustainable Development Goal number 10, reduce inequality. Traveling the world and meeting new friends. So still sticking to the theme of fruits and vegetables, here we are looking at the different fruits and vegetables that we can find as different fruits. It can even have variations within one country depending on the climate and all those things that can change the fruit production. So we are again now talking about the sustainable development goal and we can relate it to the children as well. And we can talk about how things are similar but not the same from those who come from different areas. We can take seed dispersal variations and talk to the children how the different seeds travel. Some go through water, some go through air, some use animals. So this kind of activities can be helped to make the children understand about this traveling around, but you also reduce the inequality because now we can share ideas and find the similarities between them as well. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. So we've come to the end of this lecture where we looked at the 10 Sustainable Development Goals. And in the following lectures, we will continue to talk about the rest of the Sustainable Development Goals as well. So I would like to thank Mrs. Padmaja Vaivi for always being there and teaching us these new concepts and helping us to improve our classroom lessons as well. Thank you very much.
Yes, good evening, everyone. So I'm Shazna here. So today we are going to do the part 2 lecture series of Nurturing Tiny Minds for the Sustainable Future. So first of all, I would like to thank Mr. Kamal Guru sir and Rashmi ma'am for giving us this opportunity to speak here in this platform, and a special thank for our academic lecturer, the facilitator Mrs. Padmaja ma'am, for giving us this wonderful lecture series. And then I would like to thank our presenters here, Vimal Rugegoda, and you can see myself, and then Dilshad Siddiq and Dolanji Dhanayak. So in the previous lecture series, we spoke about the first 10 sustainable goals. And here in the first, you can see number 1, it's no poverty. Number 2, zero hunger. Number 3, good health and well-being. Number 4, quality education. Number 5, gender equality. Number 6, clean water and sanitation. Number 7, affordable and clean energy. Number 8, decent work and economic growth. Number 9, industry, innovation and infrastructure. So number 10, reduce inequalities. So today in lecture series, we're going to talk from number 11 sustainable goal to 17. So 11, it says suitability cities and communities, sustainable cities and communities. Number 12, responsible consumption and production. Number 13, climate action. Number 15, life on land. Number 16, it's peace, justice and strong institution. And number 17, partnership for the goals. So today, under the topic of fruits and vegetables, we are going to see the sustainability cities and communities. So building blocks of our community. So under that term here, what happens, what we can do, the children are learning about urban gardening, community gardening for growing fruits and vegetables. So what you all can do has in our classroom, we can create, in our preschool, we can create a small garden so that the children can do some gardening. Even we can tell the parents also to, at home, to make them to do a small gardening area. And then we can show them making the environment like green and healthy. So environment green and healthy is very, very important. Even you can teach the children about the fruits and vegetables can be grown, as I said before, at home also. And there are fruits and vegetables we get from from far areas, as we discussed, like seasonal foods. Like all the fruits and vegetables we cannot get in our own garden. There are foods which comes from urban areas as well. So next is about responsible consumption and production. So here, sustainable goal 12. So we can explain the children the magic of recycling, less waste and more fun. So here you can explain the children about importance of reducing food waste, eating local grown foods and vegetables. You can tell them, make the children to not to throw away their food. And we can tell them not to waste the food, and we can tell them we can introduce we were talking about seasonal food, like we can tell them the importance of the food, again discuss the composting of the waste of use of leftover. That is also the same concept, like we can tell them not to throw the food. We can do maybe this you can see some fruits are kind of ribbed. So other than throwing the food in classroom, we can even at home, we can teach you can make a fruit salad and eat. So we can just tell them we can recycle than wasting. We can recycle the fruits and vegetables. Thank you.
The 13th sustainable development goal is climate action, learning from nature, our Earth's seasons. In here, we are taking the same thing, fruits and vegetables. So according to that fruits and vegetables theme, normally, let's take in Sri Lanka. In Sri Lanka, even though we don't have 4 major seasons such as winter, autumn, spring, or summer, We don't have those kind of a specific major seasons, but when we have, sometimes we get lot of fruits are available, such as mangoes, rambutan, durian, watermelon, etc. So when we have excess food, as we said previously, we can preserve it by making new food and beverages for dry seasons. Especially we have dry seasons, wet seasons. So also we can teach kids that we are facing dry climate which cannot produce more crops. For those time duration, we can use preserved food items, even though we have less cultivation process are going on that dry season time. We can use the preserved food and beverages. Next slide, please. SDG number 14, life below water, exploring the ocean wonders. Same thing, we are taking fruits and vegetables. According to Padmaja ma'am, like explanation, explanation, in the ocean, we have special plants called seaweed and kelp. These plants are like ocean vegetables. They float in the water and very important to sea animals. Like we eat fruits and vegetables, these plants are like fruits and vegetables for sea animals. So if we are throwing garbage or unnecessary things or harmful chemicals to the ocean, these plants will destroy. So we can educate the importance of protecting the life below water. Next slide, please. This one, SDG 15, life on land, friends of the earth, protecting animals and plants. Actually, this is a vast area to be discussed, including forests, biodiversity, animals, plants, etc. Simply, we can make children to aware all the fruits and vegetables are growing on this land, in this land, how the different soil condition helps to grow different plants. Also, animals will help to grow these plants as well. Earthworms will, let's take earthworms are like nature friendly creatures, right? Who who help to have a good soil condition to grow plants. So without using chemical fertilizers, can we make like naturally we can make fertilizers. We can do practical activities to make nature friendly fertilizers for the soil. And likewise, we can do a lot of practical activities. Thank you.
Now we are coming to the Sustainable Development Goal number 16, peace, justice, and strong institutions. So, building strong foundations, building a safe and just society. So, working on the theme of fruits and vegetables, here we can do little role plays with the children. We can have the process of how a vegetable or a fruit comes from the farmer right up to the plate. So this farm to fork concept is what we are going to talk about and make the children aware of it. So sometimes they might not realize how many people are actually in this process. It's not just the farmer and themselves. There's a middleman who might buy it from the farm and then it might go to another market or a supermarket. And then the child might go there with their parents and then buy it from that place. But if they're going to a little village boutique, maybe they're buying it straight off from the farmer itself. So when they're doing these different role plays, they can also use the concept of what they are going to exchange, the money. Does the farmer get all the money that they are actually paying, or is somebody else getting it? And then how much does the farmer get? So these kinds of things are things that we can bring about through these role plays while working with the children. So we need to talk about honest trade, how we have to make sure that the farmer gets a bulk quantity of what is actually being given when we are buying something from the boutique or the supermarket, wherever it is. Now, a lot of times we talk about fair trade, where we make sure that the item we buy, say it's not directly a fruit item or a vegetable, it can be chocolates. And on certain chocolates, they have that it's saying that it's fair trade, and the cocoa farmers are getting a percentage of what we are paying for that item. If you buy certain types of potato chips, even on that they have even a photograph saying this is the farmer that your potatoes came from. So things like this, the link that the children build can make them actually understand how much effort and hard work and the process that goes into it, and to make sure that there is equality here where peace, justice, and strong institutions can be built. Next slide, please. Looking at the Sustainable Development Goal number 17, partnerships for the goals, partnerships in play, working together for a better world. So looking at the fruits and vegetables again, here we can discuss the roles of the different stakeholders like I mentioned before. Like who is there in this process of getting these items to our plate and ensuring that everyone has access to nutritious fruits and vegetables. So although things may be freely available, sometimes the cost of it can divide as to who can have it, who can't have it. Not all families may be able to afford these things. So then we have to make them aware of what is actually in our own environment. What are the local fruits? What are the seasonal fruits, as we mentioned before? So that then we can make sure that everyone is able to have at least a part of it, so that that disparity gets reduced. Next slide, please. So looking at the theme of fruits and vegetables in depth here, we are going to talk about certain points. I will discuss in this, and then in the next slide also there will be some points. So what is here is the importance of water in growing plants and the importance of clean water. That each fruit or vegetable has its own speciality. So this is looking at the soil, the climate, all those things that will be required. Community helpers, farmers and vendors. Each fruit has its shape, color, and taste, the value of being unique, and how special each one is. How gardens on terrace are created in a little space, different fruits and vegetables around the world, and dispersal of seeds. So maybe we don't have to work with each of these items separately. We can combine two, three, or even four of them together, and then also think about the different kinds of intelligences that we've studied about earlier. So we can talk about those who are interested in nature. How can we connect those who are kinesthetic learners? Can we develop more activity based? Can we make it more logical and mathematical, where children have to count, sort, they can divide them like where does it come from, which things are coming from this area of the country, make graphs. So we can divide this into the multiple intelligences as well. We can also think about the other aspect of helping with the value education, also looking at the panchabhuta. If you take root vegetable, how by consuming this vegetable that was within the earth, are we getting that energy within ourselves? So connecting the outside and the inside as well. So these topics can connect to a very wide range of activities that can reach to varied learners and help them understand these concepts. Thank you.
Over to you, Dilshad.
Thank you. Yeah, we are talking about fruits and vegetables. And we said earlier, we can do all of our activities on fruits and vegetables to give holistic development. So when we say growing fruits and vegetables, we can make understand children how the fruits and vegetables grow, Am I audible?
Yes, you can continue.
Yes, Trisha, we can hear you.
Okay, they are connected. I can't see the screen. Okay, thank you. We are talking of farmers, how they work hard in growing vegetables. They all in their vegetable farms. And we can talk about seasonal fruits and vegetables, as Dulanji Vinod said. We can take rambutan, durian, uh, uh, watermelons as seasonal fruits and vegetables. And also, we can talk about the vegetables and fruits that grow throughout the year. And also, food grows in particular region. Yes, we can tell in your area there are strawberries, apples grow very well, and also in Hambantota mangoes are good. And we can tell where are the places, famous places that the fruits and vegetables grow. For example, Malvan rambutan and the strawberries like that. We can teach children about the places that the fruits and vegetables grow. And also awareness of fruits and vegetables. They show them the nutrients and each and every fruit is unique and special. And there are lots of vitamins and minerals in fruits and vegetables. Also, each fruit or vegetables has its own specialty. We can tell about pomegranate, bananas, and mangoes, why they are very important to our body, and how plants grow in shady places and open areas. We can tell the children, we can teach the children the fruits and vegetables where grow in shady places like cocoa and some vegetables they need shade, and also in open area and hot climate and where the sunlight is required. Also, we can teach them to separate fruits and vegetables where in shady places grow and also where they need sunlight. And solar powered lights helping farmers in farming. Yes, as tropical countries, we know to grow plants we need sunlight. So, like that, we can understand the children, we can make children understand how plants and solar power is connected to each other. Without sunlight, the plants don't grow, they can't make food. So that the children learn lot of things in these activities, and they can grow multiple intelligence and give a holistic development in kids. Next slide, please. Yes, learning about urban gardening and gardens for growing fruits and vegetables. Here we can teach children even a small pot of land we can use to cultivate fruits and vegetables. For example, chili, tomato, brinjal can cultivate even in the balcony or the rooftop or a small pot of land or in pots. Also, we can make a small plot of land as a vegetable garden in the school and let children grow chili, tomato, or easy vegetables and fruits in those plot of land and observe how they grow. Composting and waste to use leftovers. Yeah, we have to teach children how we should protect food, save food, and leftovers how we can turn into compost. So in the school, we can keep a compost bin separately and let the children to dump in that compost bin their leftover food without wasting. And exploring how climate change affect the growth of fruits and vegetables. Here, as told earlier, different climate has different fruits and vegetables, and because of the climatic change, because of environmental pollution, cutting trees, how these crops have affected and why there is shortage of food. So the children can get an idea why plants are so important. And seaweed and kelp, as Dulanji said earlier, how we need fruits and vegetables. The fish need seaweed and kelp. So seaweed and kelp are like fruits and vegetables for marine fish and other marine animals. Explore different types of plants and animals that help maintain healthy soil and protect crops from pests. So here butterflies, bees, earthworm. We can introduce these small insects are very helpful for farmers to enrich the soil. And also we can introduce along with this the cattle, cows, buffaloes, how they help farmers to sow, plough the paddy fields and for other users. Also negotiation between farmers and buyers. Here we can show the community, how each and everyone help each other, and how we buy fruits and vegetables from farmer, and also we can organize a poller in us to make the children understand how a market goes, and stakeholders in ensuring everyone has access to nutritious fruits and vegetables. Here we can teach the children about the nutrients, vitamins, minerals, carbohydrates, proteins, which fruit have which nutrients, and which vegetable, yellow vegetables, vitamin A, they are good for eyesight. Like that we can discuss with the children about the nutritious of fruits and vegetables. Next slide, please. So much. Now we are going to end this lecture. I would like to thank my presenters and our lecturer Padmaja ma'am. Thank you so much for the addition. And also Janaka Kamal sir for giving us this opportunity on this international platform. Thank you so much.
Hello, everyone. This is International Project for Capacity Development of ECCD teachers in South Asian countries. Next slide, please. Module 3, Best Practices of STEAM in Early Childhood Education. This is the number 8 lecture series, Fun Learning Worksheets. Next slide, please. This is our Indian lecturer, the facilitator, Mrs. Padmaja YV. She's a teacher, educator, facilitating teaching phonics, and a video editor. Next slide, please. These are our co-presenters, Vimuri Nugegoda, Fatima Shazna Rafi, and Dilshad Siddiqa, and myself, Tulaji Dhanayaka. Next slide, please. Yes, we are talking about fun learning worksheets. Actually, worksheets is a tool designed for children, can be used in different ways. Next slide, please. Yeah. Now we are moving to the importance of worksheets. As you can see here, there are several importance of important factors, why the worksheet, assessment, independent work habit, document and record, parent involvement, creating expression, and fun learning. Actually, if we take the skill development, when we give any activity to the children, they are supposed to use their hands, and it will help to improve fine motor skills, to improve their fine motor skills. Based on the worksheet we give, it involves different senses as well. Worksheets help teachers to understand their positions as well. We teachers can understand the areas need to be focused more, the areas to be improved more, the areas the child is well known, likewise. So normally skill development, normally worksheets do by individually. Child can work independently. Teachers can do documentation when you take, as I mentioned in the importance, you can do documentations and do the recording processes with the help of these worksheets. So we need to identify what are the concepts the child is more familiar with. What concepts he or she needs more attention to work on. Likewise, so maintaining the record, some of the worksheets will have parent involvements as well. Child and parent can do the worksheets. We can just give some homework worksheets so they can get together, and interaction is there, the parent and the child. In school, teachers are helping and teachers are involving. At home, the parents involvement is there. Worksheets can be also a fun learning tool, as well as it improves the creativity of the children as well. So next slide, please. Yeah. What types of worksheets do your students like the most? Actually, as you can remember, ma'am asked from the teachers, from the audience, what type of worksheets do the students like the most? So everyone is saying that. In here you can see tracing, coloring, matching, counting, and tick. But everyone is saying that coloring worksheets are more likely to have from the children. Most of the times children love to color, coloring worksheets, because children are visual learners. It has been pictures instead of lines or black dotted lines. So children are more loved to do coloring worksheets. Next slide, please. Yeah. How to make worksheets more creative. As you can see here, traditional versus creative worksheets. Traditional coloring, matching, tracking, mark, or ticking. But in these slides, creative worksheets, it's when you take coloring worksheets, you can change it to color the hidden animals or objects. So for the matching worksheets, from particular animal, you match the body parts. So likewise, you can have those kind of things. But in here, we have separately, ma'am mentioned, creative worksheets points include physical movement. Physical movement in the sense like in the traditional method, worksheets are like seated activities. When we like take numbers, let's take an example for number learning worksheets. So we can have hopscotch. The physical movements are there. You can take the game hopscotch and do the number activity. In the backward or front, you count when you take 1 to 10 counting numbers. You can make it physically moved with the games like hopscotch. And cut and paste is here. Cut and paste activities are here. It was like instead of giving raw papers to cut and paste, or like shapes cutting, or like zigzag line cuttings, with the creativity we can create activity worksheets with pictures. For an example, mismatched pictures you can give them. If you take an animal picture with lots of heads and lots of tails, a child need to cut the correct part and paste into the correct animal. Likewise, you can do a simple change for innovative purpose. And the next one is use of digital tools. In here, the digital tools, as we know, such as mobile phones, laptops, tabs, recording stories, CDs, like we can show visual aids. And like also we can ask children to recreate the story as we like do the animals. Likewise, you can show the visual things, like you can have puzzles after showing the visual videos. Put all the pictures into a correct order. Likewise, you can puzzle it, mix it, and you from these stories you can have different activities. So the connecting to real world objects in the sense, we can ask children to go outside and collect things from the nature, such as like stones, leaves, flowers, etc. Like when it comes to mathematical counting worksheets, you can differentiate that worksheet. You ask them to go outside and collect those nature things like stones, leaves, flowers. So we can ask children to draw whatever the objects that they have collected by seeing the real object and try to draw. So those kind of a practical activities we can do with the worksheets. Same as like we can use dice, and we can you ask children to get a number, and according to the number collected objects in their surrounding. Likewise, we can connect real world objects to the lessons. The next one is multisensory elements. Yeah, the multisensory elements are like we can use all our 5 senses can be interacted with these creative worksheets. All the senses, all the 5 senses are there. So in this content, we can see visual appealing, interactive tasks are there, and age appropriate content. Always, if you're downloading a worksheet from internet, or if you're creating by your own way in a worksheet, we have to have a very good understanding about the age group that we are focusing on. 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5. Likewise, they have different development stages. So age appropriate content must be there in each and every worksheet. Thank you.
We come on to the section about designing a worksheet. So when we are designing a worksheet, we may need to make sure that there is a set format for the school, that all the worksheets that go out look the same. So it's best if you have the school name or logo, and also the format needs to be the same. If there is a border, the border needs to be there. The place where the student's name, class, and the date when the activity were done need to be mentioned. Now, when this format is there, it sets a standard, and then anything that comes out of the school is going to be recognized very easily, so that even if somebody else sees it, it's kind of branding, and you can promote your school very easily by having a standard set of worksheet formats laid out for all the teachers to use. Now, when it comes to the layout of the worksheet, you need to make sure that the alignments are in order. It needs to be centered. The pictures or what the font has to be big and clear. The topic or title must be given in the center in a large font, so that even a child, maybe they can't read, but when the teacher is reading out the instructions to them, maybe they can see the first letter and then they start to understand what they are expected to do. We need to also think about how we can make this interesting. So, if it's possible, you can have colored pictures, but if that is not possible, the images and the fonts that are used need to be attractive, especially when you're working with small children. If the picture is not something that is clear, then they won't be able to understand. They might not even want to attempt to do what is there. So, we need to attract the child with the worksheet so that then they will sit down and see what has to be done. There are websites. So one example that Madam gave us was Vetsy. It's VECTEEZY. So if you go to this website, it's free, and you can adjust it. You can edit the worksheets. You can put in your school name and put the subjects, class, all that, so that it's very easy for you to get the worksheets in the way that you want. Next slide, please. Now, from this side onwards, we are going to talk about how to use these worksheets looking at the theme animals. Next slide, please. Now, here we have a concept map. So, a teacher has to have a very clear idea of how they are going to work with this theme. The worksheets need to be made so that these topics and subtopics don't crisscross over each other and overlap. It has to be clear so that children, especially at this young age, are able to understand the concepts separately before, and then later on, if you're going to combine them, they can then put them together. But this concept map at the beginning has to be very clearly drawn out. For example, when we are working with the animals, we can take domestic animals, wild animals, pet animals, water animals, birds, and insects. So once we get these subtopics, we can then move on to the parts about where do they live. Okay, the animals, where are the places they live, then who lives in these specific places. Now if we take the domestic animals, we can see cow, sheep, goat, donkey, buffalo. Then we can also maybe break out from here and say farm animals, so that then we can see what animals we are going to separate from here. What are the animals the children can see in their locality? So the teacher needs to work with the concept map very clearly and then move on. Next slide, please. Now here we are looking at the parts that we talked about in the concept map. We are identifying the animal characteristics. So once they have been divided, we can look at the physical features, explore the unique shapes, size, textures of different animals. Then we talked about where they live. So we are looking at the habitat. Understand where the animals live and how they adapt to their environment. We can talk about simple adaptations that the different animals in the habitat will show. Next, the behaviors. Observe and learn about the fascinating behaviors of a variety of animals. Now, when we are doing these activities, we can always think about the multiple intelligences and always have activities that would help support these different types of learners. So, we can have children doing physical movements, we can have pictures, we can have sounds, we can take them to a farm, or if there is a local zoo, we can take them there. So this can help to get these concepts very clearly into the child's mind. We can now move on a little in depth and talk about life cycles also. Discover the stages of growth and development of different animal species. We can take simple things like the butterfly or the frog, maybe even a little chick, egg chick, and then the hen. So things like that, where children are close to these animals, they are familiar with these stages, and then it's able easier for the teacher to explain these concepts to the children. Next slide, please. And the purpose, the objective of a worksheet. This is very important. So we are still which part. What do we want the children to differentiate? Are we looking at, for example, domestic and wild animals? Or is this workshop about the water animals? And we need to make sure that the children have understood this concept. Or is this worksheet there to assess the understanding of the animals? So if we have done the activity about pet animals, how are we going to assess them? Is the worksheet going to ask the children to identify pet animals from a large section of different pictures of animals? So the purpose, thank you. Next slide, please.
Next slide, please. Thank you. Will worksheet cater to the needs of different learning styles? So when we see like this, when we think, what do you think about this? Will worksheet cater to the needs of different learning styles? Yes, we know each and every child is different and they are unique, special, so that their learning styles also different. So the traditional worksheet and creative worksheet give different ways of work to the children. Next slide, please. Yeah, here you can see a fish tank. Nothing is there. Actually, the traditional worksheet, if we give, it's only for visual learners. But when we give like this creative worksheet, it develops the multiple intelligence like linguistic, spatial, intrapersonal. That means they think within them, and also bodily kinesthetic, the movement. Here, what we can see is an outline of a fish tank. The teacher can give the outline of a fish tank, a picture of outline of a fish tank, and the thumb printing. We can do thumb printing and make beautiful different types, different colors of fish in this fish tank. And also we can let children to add some more plants, seaweeds in the fish tank and decorate it so that the children start to talk about the fish tank and they will express their feelings so that linguistic multiple intelligence develop and also spatial. They know in the fish tank they must paint the fish, and also interpersonal, they think logically, and also the finger movements are there so that bodily kinesthetic intelligence also we can develop from this activity. Next slide, please. Yes, here you can see the animals are there and some parts are missing. The parts are separately given. So the child can cut the parts and match to the particular animal. So you can see there bird, a tiger. So the child can identify which part matches to the which animal. So lots of multiple intelligence are developed here. A language or linguistic, a spatial, intrapersonal, they interact with themselves, and also bodily kinesthetic, they move, they cut with their small fingers, And taste, so bodily kinesthetic, the body movement is there, and also they feel, they see the animals in the nature, so that naturalistic intelligence also we can develop from this activity. Next slide, please. Yeah, here you can see a parrot is in the swing, but the parrot can't swing alone itself. So it is said to draw the picture of a dog that can help the parrot to swing, and also the color the pictures, so that this is not a traditional worksheet, this is a creative worksheet which develops the holistic development of the kid. So the child thinks to draw the dog that holding or carrying the parrot with its swing. So here naturalistic intelligence also improved here, and language, spatial, intrapersonal, and if it is a group activity, interpersonal intelligence also we can develop among kids. And it's moving, the children draw and color, cut, everything. So bodily movement is there, bodily kinesthetic intelligence also develop, and logical think, because when the teacher tells to cut the picture of a dog that can help the parrot to swing, the child thinks where to paste, how to cut, how the dog goes to carry the swing, so that the child has logically thinking intelligence. So we can develop lots of intelligence, multiple intelligence, and give a holistic development to the kids. Next slide, please. Yeah, here you can see a puzzle. Actually, puzzles are very important to develop their brain. The children logically think how to draw the line to reach the food for the animals. And also we can use please help them to reach their home to have the food. So please, courteous, we can teach the magic words of P's and Q's. Please, and Q's, thank you, to the young children from their childhood, how to use this courteous word and develop their values. Thank you.
Yes, now it's finding the way to reach the neck of the cow. So through this activity, the child can, it encourages the child to hold the pencil, that it improves the fine motor skills, and then that reach the cow's neck. So this improves the child's pencil grip skill. The child can hold the skill. So it's a logical thinking skill where the child can take the path to the cow's neck. So the next worksheet is identifying the parts and write the missing letters of an animal. So now in this picture, you can see there are actually three different animals are there. So this picture was created by Padmaja ma'am. So she has put a rabbit ears, and then actually around 4 to 5 animals are there. So there is an elephant, giraffe, a zebra, and a sheep. So what the child can do, the child can identify the missing letters. So for a kindergarten child, actually, the spellings is right. It's really difficult for them to identify. But as a teacher, you can write down the spellings, but you can ask them to identify, like when it see the ears. What do you think? What type of ear is it? Is it rabbit ears? Now look at the trunk, the face of. Is it a face of elephant? Look at the body. It looks like a zebra, and the tail, or it looks like a dog's tail. And when you look at the legs, it's like a sheep. So it improves their linguistic skill as well. So next activity, it shows who am I. It's like a riddle you can ask. So for an example, I have a long neck. I eat only leaves. Who am I? So it's like it improves their their thinking skills, and they can guess the animal also. So like you can all tell me, I have a long neck. I eat leaves. Who am I? As teachers, can you all tell me? Yes? Can you guess it out?
Zebra.
Yes, that's right. So giraffe. So likewise, it improves the child's thinking skills, and they can see the feature of the animal, like what do they like to eat. So here you can see, I am the king of the jungle. I live in a den. Find me out. Who am I? So I have beautiful feathers. I'm a national bird of India. Guess who am I? So it improves their logical thinking skills and their speaking skills as well. So next activity. Animals are hungry, so cup the food given below which they eat and paste them near. So this improves their body kinesthetic skill, again, fine motor skill, and they're learning the food, what kind of food the animals like to eat. Next activity, identifying pictures and underlying the sound. So here you can say, like, a sound of the animal. What sound does the dog makes? What sound does the cow? What sound does the cat? So what sound does the horse make? So through this activity, they are like improving. They are like again, we can say logical skill. They are listening, linguistic skills, listening skills as well. Next comes again, this is also something related to animals. So they can see the animals' home, like you can think the different types of animals. Now there are many animals are here. So they can differentiate, like dog, is it a pet animal? Sheep, it's a farm animal. Then when you take like sheep and cow, it's a farm animal. Then when you take lion, yes, it's a wild animal. When you take a fish, it's an aquatic animal. So as children, they can differentiate the animals and what type of animal is it. So that's it for today's webinar. So thank you so much.
and welcome to our next lecture. This is lecture 9 in module 3, Best Practices of STEAM in Early Childhood Education. So the title we are looking at is Connecting with Self and Nature, Fostering Interpersonal and Naturalistic Intelligence in Kindergarten. Next slide, please. So our academic lecturer was Mrs. Padmaja YV. She is a teacher and educator at the Sharada Vidyalaya, Bengaluru. Next slide, please. This lecture will be presented by myself, Imuri Nugegada, and Fatima Shazna Rafi, Dilshad Siddiqa, and Dulanji Dhamanayaka. Next slide, please. So we are looking at interpersonal intelligence and the naturalistic intelligences and then how they can be brought together. So interpersonal intelligence helps children to understand themselves, to manage their emotions and build self-confidence. This is talking about what is and who is within us. The next is the naturalistic intelligence, which encourages a connection with nature, awareness of the environment, and an understanding of the natural world around us. Next slide, please. So we will be working with the theme flowers throughout this lecture and see how we can connect these two intelligences through this theme. Next slide, please. The method we are going to focus on first is the use of worksheets. How can we use the worksheet like shown here to improve these two intelligences? So the naturalistic intelligence, we can see the appreciation of nature. We can ask the children to look at real flowers. We can take them on a small nature walk, pick up flowers that have fallen down, take photographs using technology, and bring it back so that the children can see the different colors, the shading, the shape of the petals, and they start to appreciate nature and they can color the flower according to what they've seen here. The intrapersonal aspect of this is how it makes you feel. Just being in nature, looking at these beautiful things, understanding how they are given to us without asking for anything. How does it make us feel? Do we feel relaxed? Do we feel good? Do we feel any of the stress and noise like being in a built up environment? And it also can help build confidence within the child. Once they've completed this worksheet, they can find happiness, feel confident that they were able to complete the task. Also, through the appreciation of the teacher and their friends, they can help to create this self confidence and help to build them personally as well. Next slide, please. Mhm.
Thank you, Vindy. Yes, we are talking about under theme flower rhymes. So here we see only two multiple intelligence, naturalistic intelligence and intrapersonal intelligence. Rhymes, how rhymes will help to develop this naturalistic and interpersonal intelligence. So uses of flowers. We can take the children to the garden. Otherwise, the previous day we can tell the parents to send some flowers early morning to the children, to send some flowers to the school. And here we can tell the children to observe the flowers and see the petals, touch and fragrance, so the children smell and see. They are what the and along with that we can sing beautiful songs. And Padmaja ma'am says a beautiful song about flowers. Flowers, flowers everywhere. She say in that rhyme, beautiful different places where flowers are grown in the hair, in the garden, and can keep flower on hair and in the vase on the table, and Indians keep flowers on the door, it seems. So there are beautiful flowers in different places. The children feel it, and also we children see that they have a feeling of flowers in the nature. So naturalistic uh, naturalistic intelligence as why the flowers, how flowers are useful, and to beautify and to smell, to decorate the hair, everything. There are a lot of uses of flowers we can teach them in this activity. And also sometimes, most of the time, the children, when we have these activities, the children express their feelings. Teacher, I don't like this flower smell. I like this. And they have, they will share their experience in at home, and also they can tell which flowers in wedding, and my mama decorated her hair with these jasmine flowers. It was so beautiful. Like that, the children express their feelings in this activity so that their self-confidence will also improve. Next slide, please. Yes, here we can see a story. Two characters, two flower characters have taken part here, the Rosie and the Sunny. What we can develop is naturalistic and intrapersonal intelligence. Naturalistic, know about the flower. This is a rose, this is a sunflower. And also we can take some more flowers to have different conditions and let the children act in the drama or show or dance. Can take different stories and make different activities in this, so that intrapersonal activity intelligence also develop. They feel this, they feel the story, they like the story, they think, so that logical intelligence, logic thinking also improves through stories. Also, we can take some fragrance flowers and useful flowers, not fragrance flowers. They are having conversation, so that we can tell children, teach children about the empathy, make feel the children about the sadness, happiness, those things in these stories. Next slide, please. Nature walk. We can take children to the garden for a nature walk or to a park. Along with children, we also can have a very beautiful walk, and we can talk with the children of the flowers. We can say, the teacher can say, did you see a small beautiful flower on the top of the tree? Did you see the yellow flower? Did you see that red flower? So that the children observe. Naturalistic intelligence or improve through this observation. And also intrapersonal, children observe each and every part in the flower. Where the flower, teacher told it's top of the tree, and there is another small flower in a small plant. So there are small flowers, big flowers. Children start to observe, and also they start to talk. Teacher, I saw a flower, very beautiful, small, purple color. There are two colors in one flower. So that the linguistic intelligence also develop through this activity. So nature walk is a very good activity to improve naturalistic, intrapersonal, and other intelligences. Next slide, please. Circle time. This is where we teach the children the name of the flowers, because here now the children have got a lot of experience in a nature walk and runs, so that children have some ideas of the flowers, so that we can teach them, we can show the flower and say, this is hibiscus, this is shufla, this is sunflower, this is jasmine. So that different types of flowers children learn. And so naturalistic intelligence improve. They can learn varieties of flowers, and also they feel the nature, they feel the flowers. So with the experience and knowledge that they have gained, they start to talk with the teacher. So the self-confidence improve, and the shyness also we can reduce among these shy children, and we can take them forward. So in circle time, when children ask questions, teachers ask questions, so that there will be an interesting conversation during circle time to develop these naturalistic and intrapersonal intelligence. Over to you, Shansa. Sorry, I think there's another slide. Next slide, please. Yeah, puzzles. And we can take different types of puzzles because puzzles are very important to develop the holistic development in kids. Here, what we can do is we can take some flowers, cut into pieces, and ask them to sort out. There are various types of flowers in the puzzles in the market, but we also can make the puzzles in our own. We can take 2 or 3 types of flowers and cut them into pieces and ask them to match the same type of flowers and collect same colors, same type of flowers into different groups. Otherwise, we can ask them to match the petals and the like that. There are different types of activities we can do. So they are naturalistic intelligence. The colors of the nature can be improved, and also the attention span is improved when the children match for the correct petal and the leaf and correct colors to the flower, so that attention span will develop in this activity. Next, over to you, Shazna.
Okay, thank you, Dilshad. So role play. Now, as Dilshad said, we can take the children to a nature walk. So to do a role play, we can make the children, take the children to a nature walk so they can see, they can appreciate, they can see the different types of flowers. And then we can tell them on the next day, you dress up according to your favorite flower, and you can speak few words about it. Through that activity where we improve the child's intrapersonal skill, so it builds the confidence of the child when the child speaks about their favorite flower. So it builds the child's vocabulary. So we can do a small role play based on the flowers. Next comes the mindfulness practice. So here, what you can do, you can take the children to a garden, so they can sit alone, and like when they sit alone, it comes with calmness. And then you can use the naturalistic skill. They can imagine. For an example, we can say, close your eyes. You're going to imagine you're in the garden. You're walking towards the flowers. You're seeing beautiful flowers around yourself. The children can sit down, relax, and think, imagine. So they are calming down and they're focusing. They're listening to the sounds of the birds. That imagining about the flowers, I mean, different colors of different variety of flowers we can do. Next, freehand drawing. So what you can do, it's not always we say you have to give a paper for the child to draw. You can make the child to draw on the flow, so they can imagine. It shouldn't be perfect, so they can imagine. Now you can take to outdoor, and that is naturalistic. You can tell them to imagine, and they can draw whatever their favorite flower. So it improves their joy of creativity. You're giving like free hand drawing. You are saying you think about the favorite flower so that you can imagine and draw. So it improves the joy of creativity. Next, listening time. So we can do like a naturalistic activity. You can tell the child, I mean, we can take a group activity. We can give a paper to the child and a pencil, and it's an individual work where you can tell, you're giving instruction. Okay, now you draw a circle. You draw some petals and you're going to make a flower. So through listening, the child builds through listening, through imagination, the child is drawing a picture of a flower. So this also improves their intrapersonal skill. They're working individually and their imagination skill. So we can see. So has always Padmanjali ma'am even said, we shouldn't see the perfection, because the children cannot draw the way you are expecting as a teacher. The children will draw, but it's like free. They will be able to draw whatever they like. They feel. So they can draw a big circle, small circle. You can say draw some petals. Sometimes they can draw 3 petals, 4, 5. It's up to the child. But you have to. They will listen to your instructions and then they will draw the flower. So that's it. Thank you.
Yeah. In here, now we are taking the theme parts of the body. So the parts of the body, when we are going for a nature walk, as I said, as we said before, as we talked about earlier, when we are going for a nature walk, children start to observe the things happening to their body parts. Some of the kids are saying that my legs are hurting, I got sweaty, I got itchy, or I scratched. Likewise, I feel tired. Likewise, they are going to talk about their body parts. So a lot of can be developed by asking questions and like talking with them. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Right. This is what I have spoke about, the nature walk, the naturalistic, yes, thank you. Next one is garden yoga. Okay. This for the body part lesson, we are talking about the theme body parts. So we can go to the garden with children and do like garden yoga. We can do so many poses such as mountain pose, butterfly pose, different animal poses. Likewise. So while doing these yoga poses, they are and concentration is there, focus to those kind of body like acting according to the teacher's hands, body movements, then attention needs to be there to do these poses. Am I audible, teacher?
Yes, you can continue.
Okay. The next slide, please. Garden yoga we have already spoke. Yeah. The coloring. The method is coloring. Actually, in here, children will observe by looking at the picture given. then the children can choose the colors as well. Even if the picture is related to the body parts, the child will observe the given picture. The body parts are available there also. So he or she will observe the body parts, and after completing the task properly, they will be happy. So the intrapersonal skills will be developed. Next slide, please. Yeah, self-assess. This is naturalistic. The observation is there. Intrapersonal is introspection. In the sense like uh, we can give worksheets and ask them to read, revise, or ask them to acknowledge what they have done. So anything they have to introspect, whether I have done this correct or not. From the kindergarten level itself, ma'am says that we have to help children to introspect themselves. That means whether I have done this work accurately as per the direction, as per the advices of the teacher. So am I beautifully done? Is this the correct way to done? Likewise, children needs to introspect themselves. I think that's the end of this webinar. Thank you for listening us. Thank you.
Good evening and welcome to South Asian International for Early Childhood Care Development. This is lecture 10, Moving Together and Growing Together, Building Physical, Bodily Kinesthetic and Social Interpersonal Skills in Early Learners. Next slide, please. The group presenters are myself, Dilshat Siddiqa, Dulanji Dahanayaka, Vimuli Nugegoda, and partner Shazna Rafi. Next slide, please. This is Padmaja Devi, the lecturer, academic lecturer. She's a video editor, a teacher, and also has 13 years of experience. So here she tells us about the multiple intelligence, how to develop multiple intelligence in early childhood education. And here, earlier we learned in lecture 9 how naturalistic and intrapersonal intelligence develop through some themes. We took flowers and parts of the body, and we had different activities and saw how multiple intelligence of naturalistic and also intrapersonal intelligence develop. In this lecture, we see kinesthetic intelligence and also interpersonal intelligence we can develop through different team activities. So here we can see kinetic intelligence. It encourages physical and activity, body movement, enhance motor skill, those motor skills develop, and also help children learn through movement and hands-on experiment. So we can divide the kinesthetic intelligence into two types, gross motor skill and fine motor skill. Gross motor skills involve large movements, arms, legs, or the whole body involved in this activity. So jumping, running, dancing include in gross motor skill. Fine motor skill includes small movements, holding a pencil, cutting the papers into pieces, will be included in fine motor skill. Next slide, please. So kinesthetic intelligence, and we are going to see interpersonal intelligence. How the children or the how can be handled with others, the ability to understand and interact with others, including empathy, the love, kindness, mercy, and with cooperation, and also communication skills. So when we take interpersonal intelligence, we can divide them in three types: communication, cooperation, and empathy. When we take communication, both verbal and non-verbal interactions. Small children, or playgroup children to 12, 3 to 4 to 5, 5 to 6, they, when we take smaller ones, they can't express their feelings only from language, so that they use body signs, non-verbal interactions also, and also cooperation. We teach the children how to work together with others and for a common goal. So we can, as a teacher, we can organize group activities, role plays, and wonderful other activities to do cooperation, to improve this cooperation in interpersonal intelligence, and also empathy, but we don't have at present society. Empathy, sharing others' feelings, kindness, mercy, love. Okay, these empathies we should teach them by having lots of activities. Next. So like earlier in lecture 9, we saw Padmaja ma'am has taken two themes, flowers and parts of the body. So in this lecture also, we take theme flowers and we'll see how multiple intelligence of kinesthetic and interpersonal can be developed. Next slide, please. Yes. Activity, flower garden relay. Here what happens? Children run all around the garden to collect flowers or peppers. Under the flowers, we can and make them into groups, or different flowers, different colors of flowers we can keep in each relay path, and ask them to collect the flowers, the colors. Here what happens, the children run to collect flowers and also they bend, they carry objects and really kinesthetic movement of the and interpersonal is gone relay. Relay is a teamwork so that the children together as a group and they have to coordinate each other so that interpersonal intelligence can be developed through the GAN relay activities. Next slide, please. Yes, role play scenario. As we discussed earlier, role play is a teamwork, not only naturalistic and intrapersonal intelligence, we also can develop kinesthetic and interpersonal, interacting with others also. So here, when we do dramas, puppet shows, we can develop their physical movement, body kinesthetic activities because they act, they move their bodies, they dance, and they show different expressions so that bodily kinesthetic intelligence can be improved here. And also interpersonal. The play is not an individual work, it's teamwork. So the communication, they have share their feelings. So that communication and also they should interact with each other so that interpersonal developed intelligence can develop through this communication and interaction. Over to you, Shishna.
Dilshad. So here comes the complement circle. So what you can do, Padmaja ma'am, she's said a nice activity. You can tell the children to bring a flower from home. So like you're bringing a flower and then you can give it to your friend and then you can say, I like you because. So this kind of like bringing a flower, giving to your peer makes like a fine motor skill activity. It's a kinesthetic activity. And interpersonal activity, appreciation, where the child is using good words and the child is like feeling empathy and the child is spreading love. So through this activity, which helps the children to interact with each other. So that comes under the intrapersonal skill. Next comes the planting a tree. So this is one of the common activity. We do it in our classroom, planting a tree. So here we are using fine motor skill, gross motor skill. You're digging the soil, you're planting the plant, you're putting a seed, and you're pouring the flower. Now, intrapersonal skill, what you can do is you can make a group and you can tell the children to observe the growth of the plant, and even you can take the children to take turns. You're going to, so Monday, like you can just they were saying Monday, just say Sam is going to water the plant. So Tuesday, Tommy is going to see the growth of the plant. So there, where you're having the intrapersonal skill, their children get together and they will do the activity. Next comes the group discussion and quiz. So here the children get together. Now you have like this, imagine you have taught about the flowers, names of the flowers. Now as a teacher, you're asking questions. So these children, they are getting together. So they're getting together and they're discussing, they're moving their body, they're discussing about, now you're asking questions, they're discussing about the answers. Now intrapersonal skill, where the discussion comes under the communication and cooperation. Cooperation means they're taking turns. Imagine you're in a set of 5 students, there will be, the children can like, all 5 children, they can't like, you're making a group, all 5 children, they cannot say the answer. So they can make a leader. The leader could come and say the answer. So this activity actually helps the child to encourage taking turns. So this is very important. Again, it like respect their peer opinion. Sometimes, okay, once one might say another answer, another student might say a different answer. So intrapersonal skill built through group discussion and quiz. Next, shared learning. Again, this comes with you can tell a child, you can make a group and you can tell a child to bring a book based on the flowers. So they can sit and observe, and one child can read, share, and the other child can hear. So they are here intrapersonal, they are sharing, and reading skill happens. Next, buddy system. So this what they can do is like they can observe the growth of the plant. So it's an hands-on task where they will use their fine motor skills. They sit with border together, they are seeing the growth of the plant. So day by day, like they are seeing, they are building the confidence, intrapersonal skills, the cooperation skills, and they are taking turns. So today I will write the note, the next day you will observe the plant, you're taking turns, and they are sitting together with peer cooperation. They are like they're checking the growth of the plant. Thank you. So that's balancing beam. Sorry, balancing beam. Balancing beam is also one of the activity where the children can balance the beam, and they can see it's like a gross motor skill. So they can take a plant and they can walk through the balancing beam is also one of the activity. Thank you.
Thank you, teacher. So this activity is about the drama. Actually, this is bodily kinesthetic. The listening skills are there. If you take the pictures, you can see this is a broad concept. It's like this concept. It's like pollination. It cannot be easily taught to small age kids like kindergarten kids, but you can make them aware with a story. By listening to the story, their listening skills will be developed. Not only with the stories, but from songs and dramas can also perform. This in here, we are talking about the drama especially. The teacher can write the script of the drama related to the concept, the pollination. When they acting the drama, when the kids are acting the drama, the child will express themselves with the movements. Body awareness is there. And also intrapersonal intelligences are developing because they are performing, a role plays there. Their body movements are there, they are expressing themselves. So intrapersonal intelligence are there. And the coordination is there when interacting with the other peer performances. There should be a lot of interpersonal intelligence are also developing. Next slide, please. The next slide, please. Yeah. Scavenger hunt or interview. Scavenger hunt activities, it's like teacher can, for an example, teacher can draw body parts pictures and hide those in different places inside the classroom and tell children, can you find the body part picture starting letter N? Likewise, so a child will understand what teacher is saying, and they were like thinking and knows. Likewise, they are going to like, so the children will go everywhere in the classroom to find it. The physical movements are there. Children are listening carefully what the teacher is saying. According to the teacher's instructions only, they can understand what is the question is about. So a lot of understanding is there. Both intrapersonal, each one will do it individually, and when it's done as a group activity also there. So then the teamwork is there. So interpersonal skills will be developed. Next slide, please. Story narration. As you can see in this picture, actually how the plants grow from the seed. This can be narrated from a story, and like can tell same way we born and we are also growing like plants. Likewise, bodily kinesthetic intelligence can be developed from this story narration activity. Next slide, please. Group study. A lot of interpersonal intelligences are there. Understanding, cooperation, you have to get together and think, and you have to get the solution. So a lot of group studies are involving interpersonal intelligences. Next slide, please. Keeping clean board activity. Actually, teacher can prepare with the clean board activity, in the sense you can take Ludo, snakes and ladders, likewise game boards you can take. And teacher can prepare with these boards with the pictures of good habits or good manners. So when the child holding and moving pegs on the device, the dices or the pegs, there is a lot of fine motor skills will develop, and understanding is there, team building is there also. The interpersonal skills are there because they are get together doing the board activity. So a lot of interpersonal skills are there. Next slide, please. Yeah, I think the next slide will explain by Vimritich. Thank you.
So now we're looking at emotional bonding. So this works alongside understanding the other person, how they will respond to the emotion and all that. So we need to tell the children how to first identify an emotion in another person. So this can be done at the beginning, usually of the year, when we talk about how we feel. And then we go on to talk about how others feel and how you can respond to that. So this is understanding yourself, the intrapersonal, as well as how you work with others, the interpersonal bonding as well. So, especially in young children, it's difficult for them to understand that the others might be affected by what's happening rather than only themselves. So, we need to clearly teach them how you respond to them, what has happened, what can you do to help, how do you feel after doing this for somebody else. So, that kind of thing can be done here. Teach the children how to reach out to someone. We can do this through role plays, songs, stories, even by showing them a video, maybe a motivational video. And then we can talk about how they feel by seeing that. Did the person in the video do the right thing? What would you have done if you were in that situation? And we can start a conversation from there onwards. Next slide, please. Field trips. Now, field trips are a place where children get to be with each other in a very different environment. They are together in their classrooms, they are together in the play areas. But when you go on a field trip, they are in the outer society with different things happening to them. And how they respond to those things themselves and with each other is very interesting to see, and it is a very important learning experience for young children. So bodily kinesthetic, obviously, because they will be moving around, gross motor skills, how they're going to go. Sometimes they might not have even traveled in a bus or train, so that can also be an experience for them. How do you get onto it? How do you hold on? How do you sit? So that kind of thing. Even fine motor skills, when you go with your peers, how are you going to act? Maybe there you will go to a place where there are things that you need to see and touch and work with. So then fine motor skills will also be developed. They'll obviously be sharing snacks. So how are you going to share this? How are you going to eat it in a different place, not sitting at your classroom tables? So that kind of experience is very important to a child. Then the interpersonal. So because they are in this outer society, not in their close society with the teacher and their friends, they need to understand how to act and how to react in these places. Also, the cooperation, working together, sticking together, not just wandering off, being with the others, and there will be activities where it will help them to build themselves as a team. Who is going to step forward as the leader? Who is going to be there to follow the instructions? So, those kind of experiences are very interesting and very necessary for young children. Next slide, please. So, here we see group activities. Group activities help lots of bodily kinesthetic activities. It can be a group activity where they are doing physical activities, or it can be a um, song or a dance. So here we need to think about our motor skills as well as the interpersonal skills. Are you going to be part of the team? Are you going to try to outshine them, or are you going to step out of the crowd? So this kind of thing children have to understand. Where do they have to come forward? Where do they have to step back? Where do they have to be part of the team to make the thing shine rather than trying to focus it on themselves? So these kinds of things can come across, especially at the year-end concerts when children learn to work with a team, they train for long hours. So these motor skills, coordination, spatial awareness, all that is also developed through these activities. Next slide, please. Art and craft. So art and craft is mostly bodily kinesthetic for fine motor skill development because the children will be coloring, cutting, pasting, painting. So they will be using the fine motor skills in their hands where they have to focus and concentrate on small areas. They need to plan how they are going to work ahead, what colors are they going to use, that kind of thing. Then the interpersonal skills. If you are doing a project as a group, how are you going to share your ideas? It's very important for children to express themselves and do active listening, not just listen, but active listening and take in your friends' ideas. Then how are you going ahead with that, or are you going to refine the ideas? Are they open to criticism? So that kind of thing can get involved in an art and craft activity. Next slide, please. Body balance. So this is their outdoors. They're usually in the play areas or in a park. This is for fine motor skills and gross motor skill development because as we can see, there is a climbing frame. So here it will be gross motor skills to pull themselves up, but also their hands where they have to hold on with their fingers so that the strength develops in all areas. Then they need to balance themselves, especially if they're riding a bicycle. How are they going to practice this balancing? They need guidance from adults to hold on to them, but slowly they'll. So interpersonal skills have to come in because children will be mingling around with the others. They might not directly play with the others at one point, but they have to be aware that they can't invade the other person's space. They need to be careful. Like if they're riding the bicycle, they can't go crashing through the others when someone else is doing some other activity. So this kind of awareness is also very important. They need to learn to take turns if they want to go on the swing, or they need to wait. The other friends also like to do it. So maybe we count to 10 or we have a rhyme. So each one gets to go on during the rhyme time. So cooperation, teamwork, all of this is developed in activities like this. Next slide, please. Body movement. Now here we can see it's not as vigorous as the earlier activities. There can be more focused activities and we can have things where children do on them their own or as a group as well. So we can see some of them building sandcastles. So here we have interpersonal skills where they will be having good communication on what they want to do. They have to be careful not to be too rough with it. So the fine motor skills are coming into play here. Then, like I said before, if they want to go on the swing, about taking turns, maybe they can sing songs with each other. So that kind of the child's imagination can come out in these activities. Then if they are playing hopscotch. Here we are getting their mathematical skills also developed because they are getting the number orders. Then they need to focus. How can they throw the pebble into the correct squares? So taking turns, balancing, jumping, the gross motor skills, the fine motor skills, all those will be developed in these activities. Next slide, please. We've come to the end of lecture 10 in the third module. So I would like to make a very big thank you to Padmaja ma'am for taking her time and teaching us all these interesting things throughout the lecture series. Thank you very much.